Let me tell you a tale of mystery, danger, and adventure. A story that begins with a stolen treasure and leads to secrets hidden deep beneath the Vatican. It all started when Indiana Jones, the renowned professor, globetrotter, and treasure hunter, found himself thrust into yet another perilous quest. A rare artifact, a cat mummy from his museum, had been stolen in broad daylight. But this wasn't an ordinary burglary. The thief was a giant of a man, his strength unnatural, who overpowered Indy in a brutal fistfight and snatched the relic right from under his nose. Indy, of course, wasn't going to let this slide. Something about the incident felt off, almost unworldly.
We need to find out what he took.
Yes, righto.
The only clue left behind was a pendant. At first glance, it seemed like a simple trinket, but to Indiana's practiced eye, it was much more. The pendant bore the sigil of the Vatican's secret archive, a symbol steeped in mystery. And just like that, Indiana had his lead.
This isn't just about a cat mummy, Marcus.
The trail led him to Vatican, where he sought the help of his old friend Antonio. Gaining access to the restricted areas of Vatican City wasn't easy. No ordinary outsider would be allowed where Indiana needed to go. After facing guards and countless obstacles, he finally reunited with Antonio, who had unsettling information to share. Antonio recounted the story of Father Crescenzo, a 16th century priest who had claimed to discover secret inscriptions in one of the Vatican's oldest buildings. This inscription spoke of a hidden race of giants he called fallen angels, who once lived in secret beneath the holy city of Rome. The revelation spurred Indiana into action. He began his search beneath the Vatican's great library, delving into hidden chambers and uncovering Crescenzo's map and notes. But as he pieced together the puzzle, another complication arose. The city was swarming with military forces and mercenaries, all searching for one man and one man only, Indiana Jones. Despite the odds, Indy pressed on, taking photographs of ancient symbols and inscriptions etched into the walls and fountains of Vatican chapels. Back at Antonio's safe house, they analyzed these clues, uncovering a shocking revelation: a secret crusade, Dum Diversas, that never took place. After the fall of Constantinople, Pope Nicholas V had supposedly planned a crusade against the Ottomans, but for reasons unknown, it never happened. The clues pointed to something hidden beneath the tower of Nicholas V, a giant tomb perhaps. The inscriptions hinted at a bloodline, the blood of a sacred wound required to unlock its mysteries. Venturing into the tomb, Indiana faces countless puzzles and traps, which he solved using his unmatched intellect and resourcefulness. At last, he unearthed the tomb of great giant. Within it lay an ancient scripture that spoke of a sacred monastery of Nephilims, giants born of fallen angels, according to Judeo-Christian law. But the journey was far from over. As Indiana tried to leave the tomb, disaster struck. Pathways collapsed, ceiling crumbled as armed forces closed in from all sides. The dark, waterlogged tunnels became a battleground. Using stealth, his revolver, and sheer determination, Indy navigated his way to safety. Though not without wishing, in the thick of it all, that he could wake up from what felt like a terrible dream. Meanwhile, another sinister event unfolded in Rome. Laura Lombardi, an expert in ancient languages, had been kidnapped months earlier. The prime suspect, Emmerich Voss, a German archaeologist and a leader of a shadowy occult program. Indiana crossed paths with Laura's sister Ginetta and quickly realized that the theft of the cat mummy and Laura's disappearance were connected. Together, they followed the trail to the Fountain of Confessions, where an underground passage led them to a massive gate. To open it, they had to retrieve two keys, one gold, one silver, by completing deadly trials. Time was one of the essence in these chambers, where solving puzzles brought shearing heat and jets of fire. Despite the odds, Indy and Ginetta succeeded, unlocking the gate to a hidden treasury. Inside, they discovered records of Nephilim existence. According to this text, a tribe of giants once pledged loyalty to Saint Peter during the foundation of Christian Church. In the treasury lay an ancient language book only Laura Lombardi could decipher, and there, At last was the stolen cat mummy. But just as Indy reached for it, he was ambushed by Lucas, the giant who had bested him before. A brutal fight ensued, leaving Indy battered and bruised. Yet through sheer will and cunning, he overcame his towering opponent.
Dolite, no carry.
Put me down.
Estis.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Then came the final twist. Hidden within the cat mummy was a mysterious artifact, its purpose unknown but clearly of immense value and power. Why did Voss covet it so desperately? Was it a key to wealth, a source of unimaginable power, or something else entirely? That, my friend, is a story for another day. So stay tuned for the next chapter of Indiana Jones' adventure. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling stories. Until next time, goodbye and happy adventuring.